the energy out here?
Oh, it was a lot of energy. Today was a simulated game. So we played a 4-quarter game, had a halftime for about 10 minutes, went under the tents, and it was very intense. A lot of live sessions, short yardage. We were hoping to get down the goal line, but it never happened, and then we did 2-minute to end practice. So a lot of contact. I like the way it sounded. On the live practice days with full pads, you want it to hear a certain way, and it sounded really good today. So that was exciting to see.
On the defense, anybody standing out? Anybody making plays today?
I mean, there was a lot of plays to be made. I mean, we're rotating so many guys through. There was so much situational football today that it was just more of like the group today. And the defense did a good job in the short yardage stuff. Offense bounced back in the 2-minute stuff. So it kind of was seesawing back and forth. But it was hard to go off an individual today because it was a lot of team offense versus defense today.
Offense versus defense, obviously. Who are some of the new guys that you saw kind of implement and take charge today?
Yeah, so running backs had to show up today, and I thought Brandon Ramirez did a good job. I thought Bryson did a good job. Those guys did a real good job. The O-line was moving things. The young D-line did a really, really good job knocking the O-line backwards. Like I said, it's so much did the defense win or the offense win, more so that than it is individuals.
Speaking of the D-line, a lot of experience on that D-line. How do you see that on the field as a coach?
So D-line, they're in the trenches. They got to grind. They're going to get tired. That's when you want to see who your D-linemen are going to be in when it gets to game time. Because anybody can start the game out, and in those trenches, man, you're tired more than anybody out there. So once we get to these type of practices where we're simulating the game and get to the fourth quarter, that's when we decide who can handle getting in the trenches and help us once we go to Michigan and all that stuff. So it was good to see today, but today was really our first opportunity to see it. So we'll watch film and see which guys were still playing really hard when we got towards the end.
Any sort of update on Cam Lockridge and Jacob Spomer, who are currently dealing with injuries?
Yeah, those guys they're day to day, and then it goes to week as the days keep going. It's just kind of just waiting to get those guys healthy. Once they start moving and running, then we can get them out here with the rest of the guys. But they're doing everything they can. Some injuries take longer than others, and we just have to wait it out.
Speaking of the trenches, Cory Foreman having transferred from USC to now being here, is he going to be just a strict D lineman, or is he going to play that elf and hybrid of defensive end / linebacker?
So he can do it all. That's a phenomenal athlete right there. I know Coach Quill will use him in multiple ways. So we'll see. It'll be a surprise for everybody. It's week to week with him. He can do it all. So we'll see what he ends up doing.
Since you've taken the head coaching role, how much of a say are you going to have in the whole defensive philosophy? Are you going to leave that up to the interim coordinator, or are you going to have a say like you would have had Tedford been here?
Coach Coyle is an expert at defense. He's got full control of that thing. He always has. Whether I'm the head coach, Coach Tedford's head coach, it doesn't matter. So nothing changed for us. We're operating business as usual. When I go in the defensive room, I'm in there as a linebacker coach. I'm not in there as a head coach. So I'm in there listening like I always have, and we execute what we do. We did a lot of studies in the off season, and I'm just looking forward and excited to see how it looks once we get to the season.
For sure. And, the team had lost quite a few starters, majority of them being on defense. How have you felt about some of the players stepping up, filling in those positions and in those roles for those people that were lost last year?
How we practice, a lot of guys get reps. So if you were a 2 or a 3 last year, you repped a lot, then now it's your turn. It's kind of natural. So I'm excited about it. I kind of like how after a couple of years, new guys get an opportunity. That's what America's built on, right? All about opportunity. So I like it. I think we're in a good spot, and we'll just keep on rolling.
For sure. And Malachi and Devo have been here ever since Tedford has been
Old men.
Yeah. What type of leadership are you looking for them going into next year? Not only just being leaders of the defense, but the whole team as well.
Whole team, just open their mouths. That's the main thing. Because those guys are guys that are kind of naturally quiet. Now they got to step up and be a little bit more vocal. So excited to see that happen. And leadership you always test it when you're in adversity. So once we get to adversity spots, that's when they're going to have to show up.